This is the way gods drink. Put 2 bullets in the empty cup. Pour 72% vodka spirits. This is his daily breakfast. Take out the new revolver. Put the bullet in the mouth into the gun. Gambling with yourself is a must-play game every week. Man pulls the trigger. It's empty and he won again. He will do good deeds for a week if his life is not dead. Just like this, a werewolf went shopping in the supermarket. But I ran into 2 robbers armed with guns. Which 2 robbers came and controlled the clerk? Is a bald head deaf at the sight of this man? He is holding a gun to the man's back. Man holding wine and turning his head. Brother robbery. He put the wine on the cabinet and searched the gun directly. Aim the gun at your heart. Then he put the gun in his mouth. Come and shoot. The bald head looked at his companion a little blindfolded. The hero didn't open it at first sight. Put it directly on my forehead. That little bald head has been frightened by the male protagonist's aura. He grabbed the gun and pointed it at his forehead. Kill the robber with a single shot. Don't waste my time without shooting. Another gangster rushed with a knife. The male protagonist has a reflexive trick to capture the uniform, a glass cover on top of the Bobo Tower. He pinched his neck with his backhand and drove the enemy away. Turned around and took the vodka, remembering to do good deeds today. He took the main in the robber's pocket. Throw it at the counter and don't have to look for it. The male protagonist is Deshaun, who was once a special soldier. All teammates died in one operation. In life, he has only one sister who has grown up. He didn't know the meaning of being alive after he was discharged. He insisted on lifting dumb yelling 1,000 times a day, 5,000 sit-ups, thousands of straight punches against the wall. He seems to be unable to find a way to release the power of the wild. But on this day Deshaun received a bad news. His beloved sister, Xiaomei, travels to country Y, was severely injured by a group of people. Sangdi's FBL Dahai told him. Sister offended the local bully. He followed Agent Lisa to the spot where Xiaomei was found. But I couldn't find any clues. And the local Aboriginal youth looked at the two. That look hides something. The man bought a bunch of flowers to see his sister in the hospital. I opened the door but saw the nurse adding some medicine to Xiaomei. The nurse smiled and greeted and left. Who knows that the woman just walked on the front foot? Xiaomei violently pumped. The man hurriedly called the doctor. After being rescued, I pulled my sister back from the ghost gate. Through the investigation, the nurse is not from the hospital at all. Deshaun is really angry at this moment. He doesn't know who the younger sister has offended. I want to take his life again and again. The man decided to catch the murderer of his sister. In a slum in a certain place. There are always people like this on the street. They will stop passing vehicles. Sell some playing cards to each other. And Deshaun found his sister's local friend Curly. Curly tells the truth. It turns out that they caught local smuggling during the filming. And what they smuggle is some children and people standing on the street. He gave the USB flash drive that he took the photo to the male protagonist. The two were also assigned to Yang Biao. Curly looked around when he got in the car. Suddenly there was an explosion and the curls were gone. People on the street fled in panic. At this time, the men's team turned around and saw the fake nurse. He hurried up to catch up. But the woman got in the car and ran away. And a group of masked people arrived behind. They took the submachine gun and started beating. While the innocent FBL took the lunch. The man turned over and picked up FBL's pistol. Puff and shoot a gangster. Deshaun's marksmanship is very accurate. This group of small cards is wrong. MIE can't be seen as an opponent driving away. He found some information in the photos in the USB flash drive. The name of a nightclub. He came here alone to find the one in the picture. Looking around, it's obvious that there are a lot of thugs. Deshaun walked up while the target entered the bathroom. But the little bodyguard didn't give way. He pretends to turn around and kicks back directly. I found the target after coming in. Going up is a big cannon. Take out the photo and ask if she knows her. Little Thorn still wants to pretend to be stupid. He just stuffed the man's head into the toilet. The facts tell us that we must flush the toilet when going to the toilet. The bad guy told the truth after a small beating. The smuggling gang's information in his box. He provided Deshaun with the address of the gang. The man took his suitcase and left. He found evidence of smuggling in the box. The man and the FBL are divided. Dahai is in charge of taking people to a slum to catch the gang. Deshaun went to the enemy's old slot alone. When the sea arrived, the civilians met bad guys and arrested women. A police officer goes up and shoots S1. And when the sea arrived, a man squatted on the ground. He picked up a pistol, pointed at the man and then shot his teammate. It turns out that he was bought by the local criminal gang. But the mountain on the other side has no idea. She found a kidnapped person upstairs. The people behind took out the wire and went up. Male lead equals turned back a few boxes and stun him. Was about to investigate further but was stopped by a group of people. He took the alley and tasted the round. They have guns and the male protagonist has boxes. Finally and the big whip all choose to fall. At this time, the FBLs also arrived in time. Several people came to the warehouse where the children were held, but no one. Obviously the bad guys have long been transferred. Because of insufficient evidence, Dahai asked the hero to go back and wait for news. As soon as the man was about to get in the car, he felt that something was wrong with the sea. He asked the woman to protect his sister first. I have something to say. He is the most ferocious beard in the area. Facing the kid who lost the information, he took out a 5-meter-long Gang D. Poopy waved his hand to Shouty. And a woman in the hospital was about to attack Xiao Mei. A gunshot FBL arrived in time. And the male lead followed the sea to appear. Here he found the gangster and the kidnapped girl. Now he understands that the sea is a gangster. He first called for support. But the support is too slow, he can only go first by himself. In the warehouse, I fell directly into a jam. Picking up the gun library is a few shots. Face 2 or 3 people with 1 shot and solve 1. 2 people are nervous around a corner. Suddenly there were a few bullets in Deshawn and the 2 of S. This time he flew directly with his whip and kicked his face, harvesting 1 person at the same time. Eventually it might be that the bullet disappeared and they started fighting. When the C saw the situation, he didn't hide it from him and went up to fight. But he himself is not a man's opponent at all. Let people fly a few shots. He took an iron chain himself. Companions are also watching and helping. Suddenly AD chopped off the beard. That beard plays with the steel up to just 1 click. Bleeding Deshawn's arm. The war is just beginning. Men dodge attack after attack. Find a good angle and strike a punch. Turn around and avoid the chains. Grab the C's neck and turn to face with a cannon. Turn around and machete and wait on the back of the head. Every time he dodges is just right. Every one of his cannons circled the meat. The C is behind a ton of iron fist. Was inserted into the chest by the male lead with a necklace. Now only the bearded man is holding a steel knife. Deshawn picked up 2 iron blocks underground. That mustache is only suppressed. Dried beard with blood. The last iron handle ends the battle. Soon after, FBL rushed to kill the bad guys. And the male lead came out holding the kidnapped children. Later my sister woke up too. Brother and sister smiled at each other. Man seems to have found the meaning of his life. Sometimes the meaning of living is not in yourself, but the people around you. I will bring a cup of Olympic dragon fruit. Iron-blooded, steel-boned, 7-footed man is never timid. The fire of justice has never been extinguished. I like dragon fruit. Close a note, thank you.